Yeah, so we are continuing our song Hosanna in the Highest, but this time with a different rendition. If you have watched our previous video, which I have left in the link down in the description below, you realize that we did Hosanna in the Highest, but we used very simple chords and only parts. Yeah, we created that part atmosphere, right? And that lesson was done with reference to our intensive Ghanaian worship course found on our website, musicempire.com. And in today's lesson, we want to do the same song, Hosanna in the Highest, using contemporary chords or with reference to the contemporary gospel course that is also available on our website. So if you already have the contemporary gospel course, think of this lesson as an extension of what you have learned in the contemporary gospel course, because all the chords here have been taught into details under the course and its application. As a matter of fact, this lesson is in direct relation to what we studied about playing with a bass player, where the left hand is playing chords and then the right hand is playing chords, or mostly rootless voicings. Okay, so let's get started with this lesson. We will be in the key of D, Daniel, and the progression for this song is the same as the progressions we used for the previous version. So the previous version is like a very simple breakdown with parts, and this utilizes more rootless and advanced chords. Okay, the starting of the song is what? Hosanna, which was 6 to the 7 to the 1, right? 6, 7, 1, all la, ti, do, right? Now, like I said, bear in mind, the left hand and the right hand are all playing chords. It's not like the left hand will be holding a certain bass note over here. So, on my left for the 6, the la, we have this chord, the D major 7th chord. Okay, so this is over the 6. So remember, our bass line is on the 6. What you have on the left is a D major 7th chord, and then on my right hand I have the B minor chord. So let me break down the left hand first. I have the D, or the 1, 3, 5, 7, the D major 7th chord, and then on my right hand I have the 3, 6, 1, or mi la do. Okay, so this whole chord can be played over the 6 bass notes, or as your la in the key of D. So right then there's this over the T or the 7. So on my left hand I have the A major chord, which is what? The 2, 5, 7. On my right hand I still have the same chord, 2, 5, 7 with the 2 included. Okay, this over the 7 bass note or your T bass note. Then to the 1. Yes. Now on the 1, the structure looks exactly like the 7. So on the 1, I have the 3, 5, 1. And on my right hand, I have 3, 5, 1, 3. Okay. Yes. And when we get to in the highest part, I played the chords melodically. So it's like, I think basically the whole progression was melodical. So I have, that's Hosanna right then. Yeah, so I think the whole progression is melodical. So let's take a look at the in the highest. So in the highest we have on the left, this is over the 5. So it's like it's basically 5, 1, 4. Okay. So on the 5, this is what I have on my left hand. This chord. On the 5. So on the 5 I have 4, 6, flat 7, 2. Okay. And on my right hand I have the C major chord on my right hand. So which is 4, flat 7, 2, 4. Yeah, I think these chords are easy to play, right? So this is over the 5. So from the 5, go to the 1. So this chord is over the 1. Now on the 1, I have a tritone, the 1 tritone, or the do tritone on my left hand, which is the 3 and the flat 7, the 3rd and the flat 7. So all these theories are broken down to contemporary gospel chords, so I'm not going over it. So we have the 1 tritone, the do tritone, and then we have on my right hand I have the B major chord over the 1 tritone. So if I should read the B major chord in the key of D, it should be 3, 6, flat 2, 3. Okay. So we have in then highest. So on the highest I have 4. This is 4. So the 4. Okay. highest I have 4, 5, 6, 1 versus 3, 5, 6, 1. The chords look very similar. One is what? The left hand is 4, 5, 6, 1. The right is 3, 5, 6, 1. So it's a 4 chord. It's a chord you can play on the 4. Okay, so we have then we go to, this is the chord we played over the 7, right? We can play the same chord over the 5. So we know this chord already, the A major chord. Now, before we get to the highest, we can do a passing chord on the flat 6. And then the trick is very simple here to play in the flat 6. Just move your finger from the A to the B flat, and then you have a flat 6. So it's like 5, flat 6 to the 6. So this is the 5. If you want to play the flat 6, it's very simple. Just take your fingers from the A to the B flat. You have the same chord again with the flat 6. Then to the 6. Now we have done the 6 already. So we are playing the same chord over the 6, right? So in the highest is like then flat 6 to the 6. Now we can do this to fit with the melody perfectly. So you see I have a 1 on my right hand, which is the 3, 5, 1. Now you can just do 5, 1, 3 by inverting it. And then we maintain the same D major 7 we played on our left hand. Okay. Then we go to the let our king be lifted high, right? So with the let our king be lifted high, we can still do a 5 to the 4, 5, 1, 4. We can still do a 5, 1, 4. The same chords that we played to the 4, okay? Yeah, so it was like the same chord that we played on the 5, 1, 4. Now, if you want to give it a different variation, then we could start with the same 5 that we played, and then maintain our 1 tritone on the left hand. But this time, we are playing a D major chord itself, which is 5, 1, 3, 5. Instead of playing the B major chord, we play a D major chord, 5, 1, 3, 5. It still works over the 1 tritone. So it's like a new 5, 1, 4. So we have the 5 to be the same chord, but the 1 is like this instead of this time. Then we go to 4. So on the 4, remember in the previous lesson we did this 4, but we attached a D bass note, a G bass note, which is the 4 bass note to it. This time, because we are doing rootless voices or we are playing chords on our left hand, we want to play it like this. Now this sounds more richer, that even the notes are more plenty, right? So what I have on my left hand, this is over the 4. What I have on my left hand is the 4, 6, 1, 3. Okay? And then what I have on my right hand is 6, 1, 3, 5. So you can play this chord as your 4, Fa, in the key of D. Okay? So they'll be lifted high. Now, the wonderful thing is you can give this same chord to the 5. Or you can just do the 5. Now let's like I said, we can give the same chord to the 5. You see, it sounds very pleasant. And on the 4, it still works. Okay, you can even give it to the 2. I think I explained this in the contemporary gospel course into details. Okay, now on the 5, you can also play. Now on the 5, we can still maintain our left hand bass chord and then play an A major chord, which is 5, 7, 2, 5. And then one interesting thing we can do is to take away these 2 middle notes, the B and the D, and then actually introduce our C sharp to it to give you this voicing. Okay, so we can just do this. Now on my left C, I've taken the B and the D away, and I've introduced a C sharp, which is the 7. It's still over the 5, right? And then the Hosanna, I did the 362 over there. There's this wonderful 362 chord that I like using a lot, which is so 3 to the 6 to the 2. Okay, but let's attach our left hand chords to it, and then on the 3, I have 2 plus 5, 5, 7, and then I have the E major chord, E major the E root chord, which is what? E or 2 flat 5 7, and then from there we go to the 6, and I have the tritone of the 6, which is the B. So I have flat 2 and 5, and I have a G major chord, which is 1 4 6 on my right hand. So we have, and then we go to the 2. On the 2 I have 1 3 4 6 over the D major chord, which is 1 3 5. These are all wonderful chords that I want you to sit down and take your time and then perfect it. Okay, so we have 3 6 2. So let our King be lifted high. Then we can go to we can play our 5 like this. Okay, I think we know this 5 already, right? So 4 6 1 3 5. Then Hosanna. I think I did another variation of the 3 6 2. I did it like this. So I did a 6 to the 2 in the cover I just played. 6 2. These are really some classic chords that we are learning today. So on the 6, this is over the 6. On the 6 I have 5 flat 2 4 on my left hand, and on my right hand I still have that G major chord. You see, it was like this, right? So it's like I'm extending the chord over here, these voicings. You will also learn how to extend such voicings in the contemporary gospel course. So get it. I don't want to talk so much here explaining stuff. So on my right hand I have the 1 4 6 1 over this left hand chord. This is 1 over the 6. So then, and this is our 2. We already know this chord, right? We have learned this chord, which is a G major 7th chord. We learned it with in attachment to this chord over the 4, and I said it can also be played over the 5. Now we are playing the same chord on the 2, just at this time I've taken this one out and it's this. So I can even start from the F sharp to the G, then to the 2, right? So 6 2, then to the 5. I think I did a 5 like this. Yeah. So there was a 5 that I played like this as well. This is a 5. Look, listen to it. But since we are playing with a bass player, we will ignore the 5. It's a 5. Now listen to it. This is a jazzy 5 chord. But since we are playing with a bass player, we won't add this bass, so we'll do this. Okay. So I have the 4 on my left hand, and then I have the F sharp major chord, which in this case it's 7 3 flat 6 on my right hand, and this is a 5 chord in the key of D. Okay, yeah, good. So it's like from the letter arcane, it's like then we do our 6 to the 2, then we do a 5. Then I did this quarter. Recently we learned about quarters, right? Now this is a new type of quarter I didn't cover. The quarter I covered is different from this one. Like I told you, we have different variations of quarters, and then we will deal with them one by one. So just take this one as a new quarter we are learning, but we'll cover it later into details. So I have the 3 on my left hand, and then my right hand is playing 6 2 5. Now this is over your 1 bass note. You can easily do this from here to here. You are just working in semitones. And then you can even work it like this. You can even perform this work. Right? Yeah. I think in the comment section I've forgotten the name, but one person was asking me to demonstrate this quarter movement with that quarter semitone movement. This is a perfect example of it. This is the chord. This is your destination. Now you can create an exercise by working it up or down the chromatic scale, right? So you can. So it's a matter of calculation, or it's a matter of calculating it when you are playing a song. So in this case, then we did this. Then I did my calculation from the flat 5, which actually I will attach this quarter to, then came down by 7 tone, then came down by 7 tone again to the original quarter we learned as a 1. Right, so or you could have done which means that I started the work from here, and they all sound very nice and jazzy. Yes, so this is it for today's lesson. I hope you have learned a lot. I've broken down a lot of chords in this lesson, so I know you have a lot to do. God richly bless you for staying with me in this lesson. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Share our link so that it will also bless others as well. And remember to spread the gospel of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ through the skill He has given you. So make sure to perfect what we have done for this week. Let's meet in our next lesson.